Good evening, everyone. Let's start the session. We'll start general ledger today. General ledger is an accounting term which is used in businesses and accounting to refer to a book of account, a kind of book of account. General ledger is the area where we post the transaction. It is used to post the business transactions. Let's say we are paying rent. We will need to create a general ledger for rent, and when we pay the rent at month end, we will post that rent into that specific general ledger. We have created some groups. We have grouped them. We may or may not actually paying rent for different kinds of buildings, but for other companies they may be engaged in some sort of business where they need to pay rent for different kinds. Let's say you are paying rent for your vehicles. You are paying rent for your building, right? And you may rent some electronic devices or sort of anything. We pay different types of rent. So we will create we can create one GL for rent, or we can create many GLs for rent, but we will create under the same group that we created so far called accounts group. If you recall, in T code OBD4, we have created in our company code some groups. So let me log on to the system and I will show you. If you go to SPRO, or you can directly go through OBD4T code to see what account groups you have created. You can go to financial accounting new. It's in global settings. Financial accounting global settings. Go to ledgers and go to, I believe it's not in global setting, it's in financial accounting new. Sorry. General ledger new. And we can go to master data, then we go to GL accounts, then go to preparation, and here we'll see defined account groups, right? So when you click this defined account group, you will see grouping, and if you position and look for your company code, you will see accounts group, right? So I have grouped my accumulated depreciation into one group, and if I create any GL regarding my depreciation, that will be created from range 100 to 00 to 100 to 99. That means I can create only 99 GLs because it's starting from 200 and it will end at 299. The first GL I'll create in accumulated depreciation, the number system will allot will be 100 to 100. The next GL will be sequentially allotted 100 to 101. So these groups we have created, meaning if I these are not GL, these are GL accounts groups. These are groups. I'm telling system when I will create a GL for my accumulated depreciation, let's say in this example, create from this number to that next number 100 200, right? 100 to 99. So of course, when you will create a GL, you need to give a number, right? Unique number, right? Right. So that is kind of configuration, and also at that level you can do many things. You can do also field status too. If you want a GL that is created under accumulated depreciation from range specified currency, don't show me the currency when I create the GL, because I'm going to express here, right? Or when I create this GL, make this currency as a required field, right? So these you right. So from here, if you select this row, you can click on field status, right? Right. Now I did not create any GL till now, but I'm just showing you in GL creation. System will come here first. It will check the number, right? When we create the GL, system will have to give the number, right? Now, so I have divided my business income and expenditures into these many groups. Of course, assets and liabilities too. In any business, there are four uh, different groups of activities. Number one is assets, liabilities, income, and expenditures. So, either in your business, any activity will be your asset related, liability related, income related, or expenditure related. You cannot go out of these four categories, right? Right. It's fine. Now, today's session will be a short one because I'm not feeling well. So, so let's start the general ledger. First, the theory part, what it is. No, that was not a revision. That was part of our today's lecture. In general ledger, when we create a general ledger, based on this configuration that we did in our basic settings, will will play a role. You need this configuration, right? That's why we did in a basic setting in the enterprise structure, right? Now, what is general ledger? General ledger is a kind of book, electronic book. Electronic, within that book, a page can be a page. Slayman example, general ledger is used to record business transactions. When we record our business transactions can be asset related, liability related, income, or expenditure related, right? So out of these four categories, you have to perform in your daily business some sort of transactions, and those transactions need to be recorded in SAP system. You need to capture those transactions into SAP system. How and where you will capture those or post those transactions? In SAP system, in FI module, using general ledger. Now, so when we create the GL, a general ledger master, we create at three different levels. You can create the GL at chart of account level. You can create GL at a company code level, and you can create that GL centrally. When you create that GL centrally, it's automatically created at chart of account level as well as at company code level. So we'll create that GLs, those GLs centrally. When you create the GL at chart of account level, company code cannot use it. You will need to extend that GL which is created at chart of account level in order for a company code to use that GL. The reason being, you may or may not have more than one companies in your business, in your group company, right? So one chart of account can be used by many company codes. So not all company codes will need all the GLs that you have created in your chart of account. So the companies that will use and required to use those GLs will create under their company codes. So 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 chart of account, when you create the GL at chart of account level, you can extend it to any company code. I will explain in detail when we will create, you will understand better. Now, when we create the GL, there are different informations you need to enter. I'll show you, skip this for now. When I will create the GL, I will come back on this presentation slide and I'll explain one more time. So then after we create the GL, using those GLs, we will post transactions. We can post a sample document. Every month end, you pay your salaries, wages, rent, right? These are repetitions. So you can create a sample document, and every month using those as a sample, that document as a sample, and post it real actual transaction. We can also park a document whenever there is a need that the invoice is received and you are not clear on the amount or anything on the invoice. You can just park the document. Don't post it and then call your vendor or customer who you receive the invoice or any document you post in SAP. You're not clear, amount is not clear, tax amount is not clear. You can park the document for a review, or you can park a document for approval purposes also. You can also hold the document, you can hold the payment. We will learn all these different types of transactions in SAP FI in general ledger and how you post them. You can also park the document, you can hold the document. Oh, and recurring document. Recurring documents are those documents that are used when date and amounts are fixed. Let's say on every 15th of the month, you have to post some sort of provisions, prepaid expenses, hire purchase installments, any lease installments, anything you are doing on a specific date. And amounts are fixed. You can use this functionality of recurring document. Now we can also post the foreign currency transaction. Someone is paying you in currency other than your company code currency. You need to post that document in foreign currency. I will explain to you what is foreign currency transactions, right? At a higher level, when the currency that you're dealing is the different currency than your company code currency, that would be called foreign currency transactions. And in foreign currency transaction, there are different rates system will use to translate the currency into your company code currency, right? Let's say in our case, our company code currency is INR, which is Indian rupee. And if you need to pay someone in dollars or receive a check from your customer in dollars, system will translate on that particular day at the time of posting the translation. There are different ratios are used, right? Different rates are used. For example, G type, B type, M type. So G type rate is used for export purposes. B type is used for import and uh, expenditures, right? Expenditure related. And then we use M type as in material management, and SD users mostly use that. This is average rate, right? So bank buying rate, bank selling rate, right? When you go, you have dollars, right? You go to bank and you want to exchange those dollars into rupee, right? So when you selling dollars, it's and bank is buying those dollars at a different rate. When you go to bank, you need dollars and you have rupee, then bank is selling you the dollars, then that is a different rate. In bank, in any bank, these two rates are different. That is the primary, right, business of a bank, right? So they they deal in foreign currencies, and when they buy the currency, rate is little low. When they sell the currency, the rate is high. So these types of exchange rates we will use. We'll also learn how to post the foreign currency transaction in SAP system, right? Using different document type. We already covered what is document type, right? Month end provisions, right? So we'll learn at the month end in any business there are closing, right? For the whole month you need to close your books, what you did, how much expense, how many sales, revenues, right? All the all all definitely we will do all these things in SAP in general ledger. Then I'll explain what is open item management, right? Open item management is very simple. It's when you create any when we will create a GL, there is a checkbox in at the time of creation of GL open item, right? When you check this box, so this is kind of control. This is kind of control account. When you check those boxes, we create those GLs as open item, where we have payable items, right? Um so that when you post to that GL, which is created under open item management, when we post, it will show in a red color as a open, unless until offsetting entry is posted, right? For example, you have a provision that you will pay rent, right? The first of every month, you will create a provision in SAP. When you create a provision in SAP, that GL you will create as an open item management account. Once you post the provision 15 days earlier, system will show that line item or that transaction as open item red, so you don't forget to pay the rent, right? It's kind of reminder, right? So suppose consider outstanding expense account, right? So if we see account at the end of the year, excuse me, there will be so many debits and credits, right? We don't know which item is paid. Excuse me. Yes. Provision, right? Provision. Explained you earlier. The provision, right? In businesses, in companies, they create provisions, commitment, right? So with the salaries, provision is nothing but setting aside a fixed amount to meet the future expense. So, suppose consider outstanding expense account. Right? If we see account at the end of the year, right, there will be a lot of entries into it, right? Debits and credits. We don't know which item is paid and which item is payable. Right? If we select the open item management checkbox at the time of GL creation, while at the time of making payment, system will ask about the payment is against which provision. Once we selected payment against rent provision, that item will be cleared from the open item, right? Right. So we can see outstanding expense in three ways: open item, cleared item, or all items. Right? I explained you in one of our report, right? What is the meaning of now? Now, so then there are different, excuse me, postings in SAP system. Let's say you owe someone and you need to pay, right? You can pay in full, you can pay partial amount, right? So we'll learn also different scenarios in posting, full clearing, partial clearing, right? Then we will also learn types of different methods of payment, right? Residual method, partial method, right? I will explain to you in detail about these types of methods in SAP being used to pay the customer invoices or vendor invoices. Both we can use this functionality. So, so this was all about open item. We will in detail learn. Now, we will also will learn reversals. Let's say you post one transaction and you found out that the transaction you posted is somehow posted to a wrong GL. Could be any reason, posted with the wrong amount, with the wrong currency, any wrong checkbox. You can reverse the document in SAP using this reversal functionality that we will cover in GL accounting. Right? No, anything you posted wrong into SAP system, you can reverse the document. Right? Then we will learn also interest calculation. You get loan from the bank. So when you repay your loan account, the bank will charge the interest. So you can capture those interest calculation in SAP, and there are different interest types are being used in SAP. We will learn these many things. We will cover in GL. GL is a backbone of accounting system. Or in SAP ERP system also, GL is the backbone, important. Now, to understand accounting, you need to understand GL first. So now we will create GL. I'll create one GL and then we will start. I'm not feeling good. So there are many different fields. You want me to create a GL, or you want me to continue to in the next session how to create the GL? Right, I will. No, I will. I think so. I will create a GL. It's still not going to take time to create a GL, right? So let's say we will create. You can create any GL, right? So in my list, I have this GL equity share capital, right? So the T code to create a GL is FS00. This is a master data you can create from easy access screen. It's not a development task. So you can also go from here through accounting, or you can go FS00 is the T code, financial accounting, and go general ledger, then account, master record, GL account. And there are three ways, right? Individual processing, collective processing, display changes, right? So we'll go with the individual, and then there are three levels you can create the GL, right? Centrally, chart of account, and company code level. So we'll go to FS00 to create the GL centrally. Now, if you open in your in system and you see, make sure your company code is displaying as your company code. If the company code that is displaying on GL account centrally creation screen, kindly change it to your company code. So in order to change it to your company code, see this, change company code. So click it and then change it to your company code. Enter your company code and go back. search. Specify an existing value. Okay. You know, when you don't have any GL in your company code, nothing is created. If you change the company code, the system will give you this error, right? I mean, message. Because in that 555, system is proposing that there is no GL created yet. So in order to do that, you need to go to this create button and enter the GL you want to create and give your company code. Once you create your first GL, system will allow you to change. It automatically change your company code. But if there are many GLs that are created already in SAP system, you can change the company code. I'll give you an example. There is a company code for 4444, right? So if I change to 4444 and 4444, there are many GLs created already. System will allow you to change to 4444. You see the company code is changed. Now, if you go to 3333, it will allow you to change. But if you go to 555, system will throw this error. I mean message, right? Information window, because in 555 nothing is created yet. So you create first GL in company code and then change company code below 5555 and give the GL number, right? Now we are creating GL account. Now give the number, and first of all check your group. If you don't recall what is your group, you have to give a range, right? You have to give a number. So OBD4 is the T code where we have created these groups. Go to position button, go to your company code and see the group, right? So now I will check the group called share capital, right? So you see share capital. You see it's this one, capital, right? Right, share capital or capital, same thing. So the share capital range is 10000 to 1000099. So the first GL will be 10000. Now go to create button again and give that number 1000000 and make sure you give your company code, otherwise system will create the GL in 3333 company code. Now you see the company code is showing your company code, right? Now, so this is the screen where you create the GL. There are different tabs you need to fill, right? These information into this GL creation window. Now you have to choose a group, right? Same groups that we have created OBD4 will show here, and make sure you choose the capital one. That capital, that is a group, right? That is your group that you're creating a GL in, right? And that is a range that system is picking from OBD4. Group is also coming from OBD4 screen. Now you have to tell the system this group, yes, capital group. I showed you, right? That So now you have to give, uh, you see the screen, numbers, create, right? Now, account group is SPCL. This is a four words ID, right? So this is a balance sheet account. Capital is a balance sheet account, right? It's liability. Now you have to give the short text, share capital, share capital, right? If you want, you can give account. Right? Then you don't need to enter this trading partner. Go to the next tab, control tab. Right? In control tab, currency will come automatically. Right? For all balance sheet account, click this. Only balance is in local currency. Right? Then I will explain little by little what are these fields meaning. Right? All fields are not related to finance, but I will explain one by one. Right? Exchange rate difference key, when when we have a no, this is related to finance, Bangesh, but not all fields are related to the FICO module. Right? Right. So valuation group, right? So when we have a default, the from starting from the beginning, currency, right? Default is a company code currency. It's coming automatically, filled in automatically. So if you create this GL in INR, you can post in any currency, right? If you create this GL in other than INR currency, let's say in US dollars, so you cannot post other than US dollars. For now, we will keep it to INR. Right? Yeah, we have created our company in INR, right? There was a field in at the time of creation of company code, right? And a company, there was a field called currency, right? Remember? Right. So this field is used to reevaluate your foreign currency loans, right? Right. And then there are multiple these loans can be combined, right? Yeah, just explaining, yes. Right. Tax category, right? This, if this GL is subject to tax, there are different categories SAP has provided. Input tax is when you purchase something, output tax when you sell something. So there are different tax categories, right? So if so in tax category, if you choose this steric, right, that means all tax allowed. You can post tax using this GL. If you don't choose any category and it's not subject to tax, if you posting without tax allowed, right? If you check this, if you don't even post tax, charge tax, calculate tax, system will allow you to post, right? But if you uncheck this and you have any category mentioned, you need to post the tax. System will not allow you if you post without tax. Then this mainly for the sales and purchase related transactions, right? Then so this recon account, I will explain when I will go to these modules, asset, customer, vendors, right? What is the use of this reconciliation account? Used for subledgers. Alternative account, when you, before coming to SAP, let's say you are on a different SAP, different system, right? Oracle maybe, and you transition to SAP, then the GL you were using in Oracle maybe have different numbers, right? And you move to SAP, you can, as a reference, enter alternative account number. And alternative account number is also used when you have a group chart of account functionality active, right? So this account is also managed in external system, right? And then inflation key, where the countries with a higher inflation, you can create the inflation key, and there are other functions available in SAP system for reporting. Tolerance group, right? Using this GL, how much amount you can post, who can post what, we can explained already, right? We covered this tolerance. What is tolerance, right? We grouping, right? Authority, control, open item, right? If you check this for provision and outstanding GL related GLs, we check this box, open item management. Line item display, if you click this, there is a report in SAP system. If you check this, system will show all the lines posted to this GL, right? No. So we don't have these information, no need to enter, just select this line item, posting without text allowed, only balance is in local currency, right? And then go to the next tab and give the field status group. We covered already field status group. What is field status group? Correct. Now these are different, not all fields are for you, but you should have understanding, right? So now you don't need to enter anything, right? Little by little you will understand what is house bank, what is account ID, relevant for cash flow, what is post automatically, right? All these things, what is interest, if this shell is used for the interest calculation, you create the interest indicator, and then system will automatically create the interest for you, right? House bank is used for the treasury things, right? House bank is a bank where you pay your bank, your bank account ID, right? You have many banks. You're dealing with Bank of America, you're dealing with Chase, right? And in one particular, let's say Chase, you have account ID, right? You have accounts in maybe New York. We have also Chase account in Chicago. So you will create the ID and will provide the ID here. When you post the transaction, system will automatically update. Commitment item, right? There is a functionality called commitment management. You commit someone that we will pay from you guys. We will procure from you a raw material for these many months for that much amount. Then you create that as a commitment item, right? You commit someone. Then relevant for cash flow, all bank related GL will be created with this check box called relevant to cash flow. Relevant to cash flow, for example, when you bank, for example, when you need to issue a check, then there is planning also in SAP system. There is a planning level, and then post automatically, right? When you check this box, you cannot manually post to this GL, right? You have to post automatically. So if you uncheck, you can use this GL to post manually. There is a transaction in SAP where you can post a manual transaction. So last two tabs are not important. This is a language, it's automatically defaulted to English. Information you want to put, no worries, nothing is required. English, right? We're not learning in Arabic, right? Is English, right? Understood. So now you will, right, you will save. The system will, at this information window, right, will give you a number That GL. So you see, you left one of the field where it says you have to enter the sort indicator, right? So you can go to enter the sort key. Data is saved, right? So now you want to change, right? This GL. Yeah, that I'm explaining. Data is saved. That was a warning message. That was not an error message, Pangesh. Now data is saved. Now you have to change in order to change this GL. Why this is created in this is 55. Now we change the company code, let's say. System will allow you to change the company code. See? So we have only created one GL so far, right? Select this GL, place the cursor on this one 0000 and change, go to this pencil icon, change, right? You see, this will be non-graded. If I click this, it will be editable mode. Now you have to go to sort key. You see the sort key, you see here, SAP standard sort key 00001 posting date, right? I'll explain the function. Now you save it. That's how you change the GL. We learn how to create the GL, to change the GL. Now if you want to display the GL, you can also go to the same screen, FS00, and you can go and search also. System will default to share capital, right? And there are many functions available. Who created? Myself, under chart of account in India, functional management area 5555, created on 28th May. You want to change it, you go and change the document too. Sorry, it will show you the changes made to this GL after creation. Someone updated the sort key. It was in when it was created, there was no sort key updated. After it has got changed to 001 on May 28th also. Right? You can see the changes also. So this GL is created. We'll create many GLs in the same way, and I'll explain little by little different fields, right? What are the use? If you don't know the meaning of any field, go just press F1. System SAP will open a dictionary and it will explain what is that. The account currency includes the currency in which this account is held. In which the account is created, that is currency would be your company code currency, right? So we'll continue in our next. You can go also from here. You can also go from here also, right? And you can use also these menu bar. Go to next tab. Financial statement version, hierarchy, navigation, and systems, and all those, right? All those things. We'll continue, and then of course you can use this application bar to search, create, display, change, copy, and you can block this GL. If you click this, you cannot post using this GL. If you can also delete the GL. System will not delete the GL. System will set an indicator indicating that this GL is subject to deletion. You can print, right, and you can update. We'll continue rest into our next session.